Welcome to Marino World Weekend. I am Lynn Bacani. Today is May 1, International Workers' Day and Labor Day. Here are our top stories. Philippines and Singapore restrict crew change amid India's worsening COVID-19 cases. Royal Caribbean suspends Indian crew assignments. Gulf of Guinea remains world's piracy hotspot in 2021. Ship captain urges government to look into Botany spirulina for COVID-19 treatment. The Philippines Department of Transportation or DOTR has issued a notice on the implementation of IATF Resolution 112, temporarily suspending arrivals of individuals from India. Specific guidelines on the conduct of crew change were provided. Ships coming from or having rendered port of calls from India within 14 days immediately preceding arrival in the Philippines are temporarily restricted from disembarking their seafarers from April 29 to May 14. Filipino and foreign seafarers with no immigration admission in India within the last 14 days preceding arrival in the Philippines shall be allowed to disembark subject to existing health and safety protocols of the established one-stop shop or OSS for seafarers. Those seafarers already in transit from India or who have been to the same within 14 days immediately preceding arrival in the Philippines and arrive before April 29 shall not be prohibited from disembarking their ships but shall be required to undergo an absolute facility-based 14-day quarantine period and RT-PCR test. Embarkation to ships bound to India shall be subject to the existing exit protocols of the Philippines as well as entry protocols of the said country. Meantime, the Singapore Maritime Authority has released a circular prohibiting crew change in Singapore for crew with recent travel history in India. This is in line with Singapore Ministry of Health announcement on April 23 that all long-term pass holders and short-term visitors with recent travel history, including transit to India within the last 14 days, will not be allowed to enter into Singapore or transit through Singapore. As of Friday, April 30, India has recorded more than 18 million COVID-19 confirmed cases and more than 200,000 total deaths. Royal Caribbean International or RCI has suspended assignments of Indian crew on its cruise ships. The letter says it's always unfortunate when they must cancel assignments, but the company believes this is a prudent decision at this time. Around 300 Indian crew members are said to join the Anthem of the Seas on May 3 but was cancelled. There were Indian crew who were reported in transit to join Adventure of the Seas but will not be allowed to embark the ship. Meanwhile, the letter also states that crew members who are currently at hotels pending joining ship or are currently en route will be notified. Accommodation will also be provided under quarantine guidelines, and that they will be kept informed by the RCI HR team as needed. Frustrated by the lack of progress and slow pace of international efforts, Intermanager has vowed to work separately to obtain much-needed COVID-19 vaccines to protect the world's more than 1.5 million seafarers. Intermanager President Mark O'Neill declares global organizations have talked their way round in circles and still there is no further forward in providing a vaccination program for seafarers who are vital in ensuring that world trade and aid continues to be delivered. Collectively, Intermanager members are involved in the management of more than 5,000 ships, employing more than 250,000 seafarers. The International Trade Association says enough is enough. Realizing that the international efforts have not been sufficient, Intermanager will now work on sourcing vaccinations separately through legitimate channels to enable their members to vaccinate their seafarers as soon as possible and to support others within the maritime industry to do the same. The United Nations has designated seafarers as essential workers, but so far only 58 countries have followed this directive, and are prioritizing seafarers to enable them to travel to and from vessels. Vast numbers of seafarers originate from developing countries where the official rollout of vaccinations are hampered by the availability of vaccines, thus compounding the problem. Up next, Gulf of Guinea remains world's piracy hotspot in 2021, IMB reports. Ship captain urges government to look into botany spirulina for COVID-19 treatment.
Isang pagsaludo sa manggagawang Pilipino sa dakilang araw na ito ng paggawa. Saan man kayo naroon, nasa Pilipinas man o nasa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo, tanggapin ninyo ang aking pagpupugay sa inyong makasaysayang papel sa pagsulong ng lipunan. Ang araw na ito ay hindi lamang upang ipagbunyi ang kahalagahan ng lakas paggawa. Higit sa lahat, ito ay araw upang kilalanin ang inyong kontribusyon at sakripisyo para sa sambayanan. Mula pa noon, napakalaki ang inyong ginampanan sa pagpapaunlad ng pambansang kabuhayan. Ngayon, nasasadlak tayo sa pamindaigdigang krisis dulot ng COVID-19, pero kayo pa rin ang sandigan ng bayan upang bumalikwas at bumangon mula sa lugmok nating kalagayan. Di matatawaran ang utang na loob ng ating pamahalaan at mamamayan sa manggagawang Pilipino. Kayo ang mga frontliners na hindi alintana ang panganib at nag-alay ng buhay para maligtas at patuloy na makapamuhay ang higit na nakakarami. Lubos ang aking pasasalamat sa mga doktor, mga nurses, healthcare workers, mga janitor, security guard, driver, gasoline boy, factory workers, farm workers, engineer, call center agent, teachers, kawani ng gobyerno at marami pang iba nating mga manggagawa na patuloy na naglilingkod sa kabila ng panganib na dulot ng COVID. Kasama ang mga mahal nating overseas workers, kayo ay nabibilang sa hanay ng mga bagong bayani ng ating panahon. Mula sa aking puso, maraming salamat sa inyong kabayanihan. Bagamat nagdulot sa atin ng matinding paghirap ng pandemya, nananatili kayong nananalig sa kakayanan ng pamahalaan na gabayan ang ating laban. Muli, maraming salamat. Ang inyong tiwala at pananalig sa ating Pangulong Duterte ay sapat na dahilan upang kami ay magpatuloy na maglilingkod upang ating mapagtagumpayan ang dambuhalang hamon sa ating bayan. Mabuhay ang manggagawang Pilipino sa buong mundo. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
On behalf of the General Membership, Officers and Staff of the Associated Marine Officers and Seamen's Union of the Philippines, I would like to greet all the Filipino seafarers across the world a happy National Labor Day and International Workers' Day. Now more than ever, we have seen how crucial your role is in keeping the national and global economy afloat, while the whole world is reeling from the tremendous social and economic impact of the pandemic. Despite the perils of the sea and the persistent threat of COVID-19, you braved the tide and served the world. Indeed, you are the economic frontliners our modern-day heroes. This National Labor Day and International Workers' Day, we continue to honor and recognize your hard work and sacrifice. As your union, we are your stronghold, and we will never stop rallying behind you and championing your rights and welfare, especially during these uncertain times. Muli, isa mapagpalayang araw na mga manggagawa sa inyo at mabuhay ang bawat Pilipino at Pilipinang mandaragat.
What if I tell you that KSIM Connect has become a reality? It is the cloud-based ecosystem for maritime education and training, where Kongsberg provides simulation and services to all members. As an instructor, my main goal is to educate and train seafarers to acquire skills promoting safety, sustainability, and efficiency at sea. At KSIM Connect, I can efficiently manage my simulators, my exercises, and my students. In the exercise archive, I can store my library of exercises, and if I want, collaborate and share them with my colleagues or others in the global community. KSIM Connect enables me to give students access to cloud simulation, so they can train anytime and anywhere while learning at their own pace. In addition, I can explore the library of models and exercise areas, download or subscribe those that fit the learning objectives. And I can even order spare parts or a service visit if needed. Kongsberg has started to create the future of maritime education and training by creating the community where instructors can find news, explore and download available simulator models, distribute or share exercises that fit the curriculum. Imagine using KSIM Connect to integrate our simulators in the same virtual exercise environment, enabling students to train and interact together. It doesn't matter whether you're in Singapore, Australia, or in the United States. As long as you're online, you are part of the knowledge-sharing community. Kongsberg is shaping the future of maritime education and training by creating the community. Let's continue building this community together for the benefit of ourselves and the entire maritime training industry. Join KSIM Connect today.
Quality home for you and your family. Your home within your means. No renovations needed. And welcome to Elliston Place, Cavite. Elliston Place in General Trias, Cavite offers a complete finished townhouse for sale. Move in to a prime location without the hassle of home improvement and construction. Come, let us show you around.
The Gulf of Guinea has accounted for nearly half, or 43%, of all reported piracy incidents in the first 3 months of 2021, according to the latest figures from the ICC International Maritime Bureau, or IMB. IMB's latest global piracy report has recorded 38 incidents since the start of 2021, compared with 47 incidents during the same period last year. The IMB Piracy Reporting Center reported 33 vessels boarded, 2 attempted attacks, 2 vessels fired upon, and 1 vessel hijacked. Despite a drop in the number of reported piracy incidents for the first quarter of 2021, violence against crew is on the rise in comparison to previous years. Since the start of 2021, 40 crew have been kidnapped compared to 22 crew in the first quarter of 2020. A crew member was also killed in the first quarter of 2021. IMB Director Michael Howlett warns pirates operating within the Gulf of Guinea are well equipped to attack further away from shorelines and are unafraid to take violent action against innocent crews. He says it's critical that seafarers remain cautious and vigilant when traveling in nearby waters and report all incidents to the regional authorities and the IMB PRC. Mirardo Galera, a ship captain, has been urging the government to look into Botany spirulina or Botany IV as potential COVID-19 treatment. The products are registered with the Food and Drug Administration or FDA with no approved therapeutic claims and produced by Nanosci Incorporated, a Philippine nutraceutical company in Zambales. The Disease Prevention and Control Bureau of the Department of Health has officially endorsed the recommendation of Captain Galera to the Department of Science and Technology or DOST-NCR for evaluation and possible conduct of research and development or clinical trials. Galera, the humanitarian head of Nanosci, has also sent letters to ship owners and manning agencies, underscoring that there is nothing to lose in trying Botany IV to all COVID-infected crew or to their on-signers and off-signers before taking their swab tests. Here are some testimonies from our seafarers who were said to be healed by Botany IV.
Nag-positive po noong August 12 na pasampa po sana ako noong August 14, pero hindi po ako nakasama dahil nga po positive ako at kailangan ko po mag-quarantine ng 14 days. Nagkaroon po ako ng mild symptoms, yung pangangati po ng lalamunan at saka medyo nawala po yung panlasa ko ng konti. Tapos pananakit din po talaga ng katawan. Akala ko nga po lalala po yung sakit, yung sintomas po. Tapos binigyan po ako nito. Itong food supplement po na ang pangalan ay Botany IV. Sabi ko food supplement naman po siya, hindi naman po siguro nakakasama yun sa katawan. So sabi ko gagawin ko ang lahat para lang sa ikabubuti ng katawan ko po. So sinunod ko lang po yung instructions nila. Tapos natapos ko nga po yung yung quarantine ko po. Tapos wala na po, hindi po lumala yung yung sintomas ko, kaya nga po ako nagulat hanggang sa natapos ko yung quarantine ko. At saka sinamahan po nila ako magpa-swab test. So nung nalaman ko po yung result po ngayong araw, hindi ko po ma-explain yung pakiramdam. Actually po umiyak po talaga ako. Sinabi ko sa nanay ko na, "Ma, I'm totally healed."
Ito yung pakita ko sa inyo yung first swab test ko. Ito yan. So August 3, RNA detected, positive ako. So ito naman yung August 12 ko. So 9 days, imagine. So napakabilis yung effect ng gamot. And then ngayon I'm fully recovered, may pang-amoy na ako, may panlasa na ako, lahat nakakain ko na. So gusto ko lang magpasalamat kay Cap Rayval for for bringing this to the people, kay Cap RD Galera, and the people behind the Nanusay, no? So, itong cure na to is very affordable compared mo mag-hospital ka. So, okay to. Thank you very much, guys.
Remember, the only way to not lose in a fight is to not engage in one. The only sure way to not lose against COVID-19 is to not have it in the first place. In the absence of a cure, your best bet is still prevention.
In celebration of the International Workers' Day and Labor Day, we honor our seafarers who are heroes front and back to the world's struggle against the pandemic. Thank you. Salamat po. See you again next Saturday here on Marino World Weekend. Stay tuned on Marino World Online for more maritime news and views.